Last podcast on the left is all about the facts. So when Southern New Hampshire University came on as a sponsor, it was time to do some research. Turns out they offer more than 200 online degree programs, and get this, criminal justice and psychology are some of the most popular. Classes have no set meeting times, and tuition rates are some of the lowest in the U.S. Want to learn even more about SNHU? Visit snhu.edu/last. Let's talk about Angie. Angie! Oh, Angie! Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for over 30 years. And they've made it easier than ever to tackle home projects. Their nationwide network has experts in everything from plumbing and landscaping to roofing, remodels, and more. You can read verified reviews and request and compare notes to find your best price. So join the millions of homeowners who use Angie to get the job done well. Download the Angie app today or visit ANGI.com.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left.
Side stories.
From your glade. That's when the cannibalism started.
Side stories. Yes. So good to be in Denver. It's mile high. I can feel it in my lungs. I feel the clouds in my nostrils.
Oh, yeah, buddy. We are a mile high up in the air and high up in our brain, too, because of all the weed.
I mean, that is...
There's so many weed stores around here.
It's wonderful.
I know it's cliche to even talk about, but I am actually truly surprised.
There's so much nug.
Much nug.
Honestly, I feel weird paying for things in money here.
You should only pay in weed.
I think you should pay in nug.
I agree.
But the other day, of what I found out about Denver, if you want to make some good old-fashioned street friends, like real fast,
oh yeah,
apply sunscreen in public. Because I was putting on sunscreen because it's also a thing that I thought was medieval science about Denver, that you get burnt here faster.
Well, there's no humidity. The humidity is very low, and the heat. The sun is very real.
I don't know what the humidity has to do with it, but you also brought up the humidity yesterday. You were like, it's 0%.
I was camping. I know so much about humidity. It's like ridiculous.
I can't deal with your new personality. Ben Kissel, around the river bend. Ben Kissel.
River bend.
But I was applying sunscreen, and I heard a guy go like, hey, man. Let me get a hit of that.
Oh, yeah.
And I look, and this man named Goose, I found his name was Goose. He came out, and the way I got to know his name is that he was applying it, but he was missing the whole center of his back because he got a big scoop neck shirt on.
You got to get the center of the back.
I had to apply it to him.
You were such a sweet man.
Because I started applying it to him, and then I was like, do you want this sunscreen? He's like, the sun's real out here, man.
It
He's
is.
like, do you take the sunscreen? He's just been like, no, you need it. You're white. And I was like, I am white. You're right. But I feel like I could go, you could take this and go.
You could get more sunscreen. Goose might not be able to get so many.
I don't know how, but I also then warned Goose not to spray a bunch in his mouth and get fucked up.
Don't do it. Welcome to Side Stories, everyone. I am Ben, hanging out with Henry. Hope you're doing well out there.
I touched a man in Denver.
You did touch a man in Denver, and that's the name of our first album. It'll be fantastic. It'll be the first and last album.
I touched a man just to watch him cry.
Oh, isn't that nice? We are having such a great time here in Denver. This is the day of the show at Red Rock.
Day of the show, y'all.
For the Red Rock show. So if you guys want to have what's it like before the show? Do they do a bunch of cool stuff? This is it.
This is
what we do. And we have a bunch of fun stories to get to today. And
sure we do, Kissel. Well, sure we fucking do, Kissel.
You don't think that we do have a bunch of fun stories to get to today?
We have some content. I want to talk about your time on the river.
You want to go there?
Really
go
quickly.
There with me?
Well, it's because number one, I was very excited to see that you made it because Kissel did send a text I think you just said alive,
and
then
alive.
You went right to bed, which you needed to because I mean honestly, you look surprisingly like there's no reeds caught up in your clothes.
I only have a few few scratches.
Yeah, I see some scratches,
Yes,
visible
I'm a
scratches.
man, I'm a man.
And there are patches of fuchsia burn on you, but then the rest of you is actually pretty lively tan.
Yeah, the sun was very strangely effective on me. I got certain spots of my bodies that burned, but then everything was lotioned the same. So I guess some of my spots of my body are more susceptible to the sun.
Maybe you got thicker skin in those areas, but didn't you also shit in a box for 3 days?
You have to shit in an artillery box. They call it a grumbler, a groover, a gruber, something like that. Don't go there. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But you got to shit in this artillery box. And that was really the moment where I did like society again. I said, you know what? One thing I do enjoy, because you remember what you like when you don't have it.
Toilets, air conditioning, guns.
Yeah.
I like...
There were no guns, unfortunately.
Burrito drive-in restaurants.
We did have some good burritos. I want to thank everyone who cooked such fantastic meals. Everyone was super sweet and wonderful. And I did have a great time. I did.
Of course. No,
3
honestly,
days.
the smile that you have is genuine.
3 days on the river, my friend. I was singing. I was humming.
Wow.
I was Old Man River. I mean, I was really getting into the spirit. But then the problem is when you got to unpack and then society comes crushing back into you and then you put your phone back on and you know what you hear? Ding, 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 ding. But it's not a casino. It's not a jackpot.
No, it's
and
not money.
machine.
It's people
No,
mad at you.
It's just a lot.
Yeah.
So my phone said 150 messages.
Wow,
These are going to be nothing but great.
You're popular though.
Yeah.
But it's mostly
With my
people,
family.
where's this money? Where I'm looking for these forms.
Well, we're getting towards July, and evidently the landlord's coming calling. So I had a lot of that. Where's the money, Lebowski? And I just said, can I go drown in the river? Can I just not? But
No.
now I'm happy to be back in society because you know what we have here? Applebee's. And
You know what's
that
nice
was
about
the first place I went.
You know what's nice about your body? It won't let you drown.
You know, I tried, and I couldn't do it.
What do you do with this box of shit? Like as you travel
It
along.
was the only Hollywood thing that I did. I refused to have any. I did not touch it. I did not carry it.
But did not people take turns carrying the box of
Yeah,
shit?
no, they did. That was the only thing that I refused to do.
But what did they do? Would they put it in its own tube to go down the river?
No, it was in my friend Josh's tube. It was just back there, and it's just the shit can.
But you can't empty it anywhere.
No, they empty that. Once you get off, then a whole bunch of gaggle of kids come. Right, they're working summer jobs, and I think Stubby licks it clean. I have no idea if they have one guy with I don't know if there's like a Venom type guy who comes and licks it out.
But do you rent the artillery box?
You rent it all.
And so you get this box that
You're
has
shitting
been
it for 3
used
days.
for years for people shitting. Our boys overseas probably shitting. And now
it
we're
was a
brought it over here.
Vietnam artillery box, which I also learned this.
PTSD.
Exactly. Some people actually did tell one of our quasi guides he was a Vietnam vet and he couldn't do it, and they had to hide the artillery box because he had flashbacks. You laugh, but that is very hard for the Vietnam vet. He can't shit in an artillery box because of Vietnam, Henry.
Holy fucking shit.
You
Yeah.
are a mean-spirited man.
My uncle couldn't even look at a spring roll. It was hard for him. But I feel like it's a box is a box of box, right? Like you could sit in a
like
shit in a
artillery
box.
Yeah, I mean, and then you put
It's not full of bullets.
No, it's full of human shit.
It's full of man's bullets.
There's a lot of ladies poop in there. And yeah, you just kind of sit there. But overall, fantastic experience. Yes,
Was
at
it,
some
like,
point you do feel mildly
removed?
captive. But
Was it removed from the group?
they would move it, I would say a good 100 yards away. But then innately, people would request it to be closer. As the night goes on, you get a little drunker. You want the grumbler closer to you. So then you could, and then people travel, they go down the river and you're taking a dump there. You wave at them, they wave at you. And there's another thing that I wasn't
River
aware of.
culture.
River culture is something I will literally dip my toe in. Gotta dip it back up.
Get it dry.
I get it dry a little bit there, but I loved everyone. Apparently, if you see an Amtrak train, you flash them.
Ooh.
And if you see a commercial plane or train, no, Amtrak, you moon. Either way, if you see a commercial thing hauling coal, you give them your butt.
Okay.
If you see Amtrak, you give them your tits.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
I've never
And then-
seen titties from an Amtrak train. I
No.
want to see that.
No, and then the trains innately honk. They go honk, honk. And it might be reversed on that, so don't quote me, river people. But yeah, so it was a fascinating experience, and people died on this river, so that was kind of cool. I mean, not on my trip.
Not on this trip, but
Thank
people
God.
die on the river. Oh, yeah, because didn't someone tell you some horrible story where, like, a woman went in, she didn't come out, and you have to, like, thank you, sir.
Yeah, it was
oh,
a very-
good.
I took some mushroom caps because I'm in the mood, right?
Yeah, take mushrooms, of
Took
course.
some mushroom caps, and then he hits me with this story. 4 years ago, she went in the water, went under the boat. She came up, couple of yards later, and I was like, she's dead.
Jesus fucking
And then
Christ.
I was like, oh my God. And then I was like, this is serious. And then I just needed to go eat at that point. But it was a fantastic experience. And I highly recommend getting back to nature because it does remind you there are still stars out there and there's a lot of animals and lizards.
I tell you what, I can't wait to get back to nature when a hotel is in the center
You
of
would
nature.
have screamed and you would have
make it. I would have made it.
You would have gotten airlifted out.
I would have called the police. I would have called the police and being like, I would have said anything.
But there were there's no
scoop
access.
me. Some scoop me.
There's no access to the outside world by the time you get in. Like when you're in it, you're like, that's the only thing where I did start tripping a little bit. And I'm like, I'm captive on this fucking thing, man. And that was the only freak on there. I was like, no, man, I'm chill. And then you just have to like humble yourself to the mountain.
Oh, river paranoia.
Indeed.
But speaking about someone who really got back to
This
nature.
is a crazy story, and it involves a lobster diver, and I'm starting to think we can't trust these people, but we're going to break it down.
It's so funny because we both have such different reactions to the story. You came hard in with the skepticism.
I'm
Me,
skeptic.
I was so excited to see the Bible come alive. But this story is the best story of the week. There was a lot of horrible things that happened this week, as always, but this is my favorite one.
Yeah, this was actually not that bad.
No.
I mean, everyone survived.
So 56-year-old Michael Packard, he apparently spent 30 to 40 seconds inside a humpback whale.
All right, so this is the thing. So
It swallowed him whole
That's-
and then spit him out.
That's what he says. There's a picture of him in the hospital.
He
but
looks
he's-
haggard.
He's giving the thumbs up like a low-class politician.
it.
But I have to say, okay, this is where I'm skeptical. Whales are big. He said he was inside of the whale
Okay.
fully for 20 seconds, and there is not one GD bite mark or scar. I have more scars, and I just messed with a little bit of a crab.
Well, he's a lobster salesman? Sailor. Diver. And his
Yeah,
job
I
is
know.
to probably
He's
get
on the
nipped at
front-
by these claws. So he must have a thicker hide than others. I do believe this.
I
don't know.
That's not how skin works.
I don't
Henry.
know.
You do know.
Here's his story. He said he
Okay.
went down about 45 feet, right? He's bubbling, looking for lobsters. Because you know what lobster divers do, right? They just go and they scoop up lobsters. Lobsters are on the ground of the ocean ground.
Talk about an abduction.
It
You're
is.
a lobster, and then they're like, and then they take you up to the shore.
That's how it must feel.
Fuck your ass, man.
They rip off your fucking top half and they suck out your fucking guts, dude. And we do. But Michael Packard said he was down there flopping around. He was looking at the lobsters, thinking which one had the beefiest tail. Again, I don't know.
Because you know he does have to be like, now that's a nice one.
That's a big one.
No idea. The only lobsters that I've ever seen were at that horrible deli restaurant called Kellogg's
Yes.
in Williamsburg,
Yes.
Brooklyn, which is the worst diner ever. I hate to throw any businesses under the bus.
I think it's gone.
It may be. It was just not good. But they had a lobster tank, and every time you walked in, it was the same lobsters there because nobody wanted the lobster.
Because why
So they
would you
just,
get
lived a long life?
Why in fuck's name would you buy a lobster from a tank that's underneath the BQE? I don't know. So Michael Packard said he felt what was like a push, like he felt like this crazy push, and then all of a sudden he was in complete blackness.
Okay.
So he was inside of what he felt like a big muscular tube, and he
Okay.
was pushing against muscles, and the thing was squeezing against him. The whole time, the only thing he's thinking of, according to Michael Packard, is he's thinking, number one, my kids. I gotta see my kids. Number two, I can breathe in this thing. So if I slide into its guts, I will be able to breathe inside of this whale until my tank runs out. Who knows, right? Who knows?
Can we please, someone side stories, lpotl@gmail.com. Anyone who knows anything about whales, is this remotely close to possible?
I don't know. So apparently he's inside, he's struggling. And so he knows he's punching the inside of its mouth, punching the guts. He said he feels the whale's head like turn back and forth. Obviously, I'm not happy with the unpleasant feeling of having a scuba diver inside of it.
I don't think the whale wants to eat the scuba diver.
It doesn't,
No.
because they naturally don't. They're not meat eaters really on our level, like Big Pink.
And it's got all the clothes on. It'd be like trying to eat an empanada with the husk on it still.
You could still do it. You're talking about tamale, but also
Tamale, yes.
but an empanada wrapped in paper. But I'd still do it.
Yeah.
But apparently he fought enough, and he used his scuba equipment to hop up against the top of it until the humpback whale crested through the surface and then just spit him out. Now, according to him, he's covered in bruises. He said that he was covered in bruises. So he said that he felt like his legs might have been broken, but he seemed to have been fine. He didn't know
Yes.
what happened because also apparently humpback whales, they are momentarily blind when they're feeding because their gullets open up.
That's just like us.
I mean, that's you and me. We have food blindness. We're like, oh my
God.
God, I just ate a whole whole bunch of laundry detergent.
The bad thing was on Thursday, I was in Grand Junction and I was alone and I went out to a bar called Cruisers. And Cruisers gave me a lot of drinks. And then the next thing I know, I woke up and I got Hot Pocket crazy. I had 3 Hot Pockets and they were large. And
why did you think about Hot Pockets?
Because they were the only thing when I walked into the small little hotel I was staying at, a little place where you could buy food, and it was only Hot Pockets, and I went Hot Pockets crazy. So I was blind eating, much like the whale.
Well,
and if those Hot Pockets could talk, they did not survive.
Honestly, you are keeping the 1950s traveling salesman bachelor world alive.
I'm their spokesperson.
But Michael Packard says that he did it, right? But now what you said immediately came out, right? As soon as he told this story, this magnificent story of being eaten by a whale, if you listen to him, he has sort of a breathless monologue where he's like, you can't believe the terrors that lie at the bottom of the ocean.
But that's why I don't think it's like, did you script this? Because he's like, their quote here is like, I saw the light, and he started throwing his head side to side, and the next thing I knew, I was outside in the water.
But he also apparently survived a plane crash in Costa Rica, Michael Packard. And when I told this to Natalie, her first instinct as well was like, this guy's a fucking liar.
Or it's like Final Destination.
Yes.
Like he missed the 9/11 flight.
And now comes the whale.
Yes.
But now people they're really doubting it. Yahoo News that's the first thing they said. They won't even let us have a minute of this joy.
Wow.
They say there's some people are doubting the Cape Cod diver's story because they're just saying it just ain't done been happening.
Well, they say that the esophagus of the non-toothed whale is actually too small to swallow a person.
Who knows?
They're saying it's physically not possible.
Maybe he was one of these whore whales.
Maybe.
With a big old throat.
Oh my goodness, throating that whale. But apparently it's just simply not possible because what they do is they eat small schools of fish.
Yeah.
So they just go in there. But
They
those guys
collect
little
everything.
guys. That's like your little, if you're having a Louisiana, New Orleans style, crawfish thing.
Oh yeah,
That's what he's
crawfish.
eating. So that's what these animals are eating, little fishies. So that's the problem. Everyone seems to say it is impossible to be swallowed by this whale.
Some people, but according to Peter Corkerson, who is the lead of whale research at the New England Aquarium, he said it might be possible for a whale to accidentally swallow something. You know, the water off the Cape is pretty murky. And you know, when whales are doing these feeds, they're moving really fast. And this is just an accident. And I imagine the whale had this, oh my goodness moment, and probably got rid of him as quickly as he could.
I do love they infer emotion onto the whale.
Yes.
I'm like surrounded by water people. I'm a land person.
Very
but
much so.
Again, dip the toe in. There's another person named Charles Stormy Mayo.
Yeah, come on, man.
and they say people direct dive on the humpback whales all the time in the tropics, but not here. In those places, I'm not aware of a single incident of people having problems with them.
Aren't also fishermen notorious liars?
That's what they do.
That's like what they do.
It's not a joke. It's a fact. It's the old story that we all know. So that's another great point. The profession itself lends itself to lying.
To lying.
The
It's like an
story
actor.
itself is pretty grandiose.
Well, let's see. I think Michael Packard, and I think he owes this to the American people that are now hung on his story and they want more updates. Release pictures of your whale crushed legs. Release those leg pictures so that we can see. It's like I'll never believe that Osama bin Laden's really dead. I'll never believe it because I never saw a picture.
They didn't want to make a shrine out of him, and there is a few pictures that they will.
I saw those pictures, but then I've heard that those pictures are faked. You can't trust anybody.
I know. Trust yourself. Trust your own eyes. Apparently, people at the Cape Cod Hospital said there was no broken bones, but there was a lot of soft tissue damage. So you can't see it from the outside. So I might just be judging the book by the cover. I understand it could be.
He might have just been squeezed lightly.
Yeah. Okay. So again, not water people. When I think of a whale biting, I think of like the human breaking, and perhaps they are more gummy. Maybe they are more like grandpa at the old retirement home.
Really.
Yeah, they have little rounded nubs, it seems, or something like that.
Well, killer whales, they have teeth. And then, man, we know so much about whales. And we know definite things. We know none of this is incorrect.
Teeth. That one don't have teeth.
You can tell because it's smiling.
Yeah, and then the other one has a couple of teeth. That one has cavities.
You can see he needs to go do an undersea dentist. Sebastian the Crab's dead, but his teeth aren't hard. I believe a whale's teeth are soft. And then a whale's teeth are like curtains, kind of stiff. And that's why they let in all the little tiny creatures, because they sift through their weird kind of like diaphanous curtain teeth.
Yeah, this guy also, like, he said that he has lost friends to sharks. I am just starting to think.
He just lost friends because, honestly, maybe sharks text back, Michael.
Maybe, yeah. He says that he lost some friends to the predators. I am starting to think this might not be the best profession for this man. It seems
he loves danger.
Yeah, but the water doesn't want him. The water doesn't want him.
If you did get swallowed by a whale, you will never pay for a drink in Cape Cod ever again.
Unless you find out that it's totally false, and then you're never allowed in Cape Cod. This man is playing a very dangerous game.
He's on a tightrope.
He's gone viral, and now everyone's like looking into it, and he better get that whale, and that whale better get in court, go on the stand, go under whale oath.
Whalegate.
This is Whalegate. And I need to hear from the whale's mouth that I made a mistake.
Can't a man possibly be forgiven for his sins? It's been a week.
It's been a week, and I forgive the whale, because as that man said,
it doesn't
the
know.
whale was stressed.
He was food blind.
He was food blind.
But all Michael needs to do is, honestly, even if you do it to yourself, you know how many times people got out of Vietnam by cutting off their fingers, kissing their buddy in the fucking registration office? You go, I need you to put some kind of dent or something in your leg. Like, you need to do it so you have the thing that you could show me, like, and that's where he got me. And then you will be a legend. You will always be, every fucking woman that wants to sit on the face of a man or survive the inside of a whale will be there for you, but you're going to have to put up the receipts.
Yeah, I completely agree. Anyway, his wife is very happy. Cynthia Packard says, thank God it wasn't a white shark. He sees them all the time out there. He must have thought he was done. They do just sort of say it like, yeah, I thought he was going to die out there. Like, I don't know if anyone would have been sad, but I guess they would have been.
What?
No, he has a 12 and a 15.
He was talking about his kids. He was talking about that's the first thing he thought was his kids.
He's a good look. I mean, he's a good looking 56-year-old guy.
Yeah, he looks like that guy from all of the travel commercials, not Travelocity. The other guy always sounds like he's hungover.
Mm-hmm.
They've been doing that ever since Dos Equis, where they've had hungover, like smoke-soaked men sell us things.
The most interesting man in the world, actually just an actor, probably at a bar right now where he can drink for free with his pay stubs that he got. What's that called? Residuals, obviously. I mean, honestly, again, another person who should never have to pay for a drink ever again in his life. But do you think he gets sick of Dos Equis after a while? I love Dos Equis, but it's definitely the beer for stepdads across the world. Yeah, it's not bad. All right. So we don't know. We'll keep you up to date.
We will.
And now I've come full circle. I want to believe.
I want to believe
he was swallowed by a whale.
But now I'm on the other side. Now I doubt him. So you did your job.
Once I learned that he did have some tissue issue, maybe it's possible.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform that helps you stand out online. Yes, that's right. You don't have to smash your face with a hammer. You can just start a business. It's got everything you need on Squarespace, from securing your domain to building a professional site and showcasing your work all in one place. Let's say you want to show everybody how you can carve your ribs out of your lower abdomen so that you look more like a Ken doll. That's amazing. You can bring your vision to life with AI-powered design or curated templates, plus flexible editing tools that helps you create something that truly reflects your style, especially if you are somebody that is trying to corrupt the young men of America. That's what Squarespace is really going to help you. Squarespace makes it easy. It makes it easy for you to put all that together, and you just go to Squarespace and do it all. Thanks, Braden. Head to squarespace.com/left for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code LEFT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Hey there, everybody. Is your cell phone bill too much money? Are you getting that bill and you're like, hey, what is this? I can't believe for what? For 5G? Are you crazy right now? $100? I don't even barely got any bars when I'm just sitting in my living room, okay? You don't have to deal with that anymore. Are you ready for this? $15 a month. That's right, $15 a month on Mint Mobile. Yeah, baby. Get their wireless plan, because they're just sitting there on the T-Mobile 5G network, and it's just $15. Your whole life, you're just paying all this money every month. You're like, why? Where's it going? It's going to these phone companies that are robbing you. So go to Mint Mobile. Let them help you talk to your mom. So get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month. Go to mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's mintmobile.com/LPOTL. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/LPOTL. That's it. There's no catch. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, $180 for 12 months. Plan required, $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when the network is busy. Includes up to 20 gigabytes hotspot. Capable device required. Availability, speed, and coverage varies. See mintmobile.com.
Let's talk about Angie. Angie! Oh, Angie! Angie's been connecting homeowners with skilled pros for over 30 years. And they've made it easier than ever to tackle home projects. Their nationwide network has experts in everything from plumbing and landscaping to roofing, remodels, and more. You can read verified reviews and request and compare notes to find your best price. So join the millions of homeowners who use Angie to get the job done well. Download the Angie app today or visit ANGI.com.
Anywho, well, speaking of Mayo, this actually involves Mayo as another part of this story, kind of a synchronicity here. There's a dude that he's calling the Buttcrack Bandit.
Well, yes.
He burglarized a Taco Mayo in Parsons.
And the reason why that
they call him the Buttcrack Bandit because not only does he have a little butt crack show, and all of us will do that. On the river,
absolutely.
On the river, some people were like, hey, you got to make sure to lotion up the butt crack because it shows. But I got to say, Henry, this is the most amount of butt crack for a man that is not fixing a toilet I have ever seen in my entire life.
I'm going to go as far to say that they should call it the whole ass bandit.
Because it's not a crack. At what point does it not become the crack? And you're just like, I'm just seeing the hole.
That's a hole right there. But this is a man. He also was wearing a ankle monitor.
Maybe not the best time to rob something else. Oh, God, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they know how to find you. They found this person. There was this picture that went up of the quote-unquote Buttcrack Bandit. This was in Joplin, Missouri, where people saw, again, where Lord Rael did his terrible vengeance against people, telling him that he was fat. Now, this is interesting. The employee who was involved with the burglary was identified as Kaylee MacLeod.
Okay.
Kaylee was arrested for interference with law enforcement for her deception regarding Paul. So they were in on it. It was an inside job.
Inside job. Now, again, let us know on our Side Stories email. I never heard of a taco mayo before. Mayo, taco mayo. It doesn't sound like a good combo. I don't want to think about mayonnaise and tacos.
This is Missouri Mexican food.
Oh.
All right, the Missourian.
Oh, no.
So, it's not going to be what you're looking for. As far as I'm
go to
concerned.
Missouri for steak, though.
Oh, of course.
It's a good steak.
Of course. But yes, apparently they posted this picture of the Buttcrack Bandit and everybody freaked out. And then they caught the bastard that did this. And then, Detective Lieutenant Sherry McGuire said, good, solid casework takes some time when there are few witnesses or leads to act on. We understand the frustrations of the community at times because we also get frustrated with the slow process that allows information to come our way. This case was just that way. We had suspicions of the criminal involved, but we had to verify information before we could make the arrest or charge him with the crime. We were successful with this arrest and look to the judicial process for the punishment in this matter.
All right. A bit grandiose for a statement regarding the taco mayo butt crack ceiling. This was just Kaylee and Paul stoned to shit. Just be like, I think I can get us. How much money was in the taco mayo?
Maybe $900. Maybe.
So I think the officer, I'm just going to say, patting herself on the back.
Because it's like, we got this one.
We got this one. Yeah, because there's a video and it's an inside job. And the guy is wearing an ankle bracelet.
Just like them not talking about the fact that there's probably several full-on videos of them just putting black people up on like scarecrow posts and beating them with sticks.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly. You're in Missouri. There are some issues there.
Oh yes, but if you look up Buttcrack Bandit, it is not a unique circumstance to Joplin, Missouri. Type in Buttcrack Bandit, use quotation marks so you get it all the way. Okay. And look at this. All right. So This is the list of butt crack bandits that America has had.
Okay.
There was the Cedar Rapids butt crack bandit. There was
Wow.
the Texas Tavern butt crack bandit. There was the butt crack bandit was WKRG.
There was a butt crack bandit at large in California.
Yep, this is a Chicago butt crack bandit.
Oh my
This is
God.
we got a Chicago butt crack bandit. We have got a Sacramento butt crack
And
bandit.
It seems as if the butt crack bandits are mostly stealing packages off of people's stoops.
It's a lot of that.
So,
butt crack bandit in Fort Lauderdale. Butt
Oh
crack bandit
my
who struck a bank at Halloween morning.
Listen to this. Butt crack bandit strikes bank Halloween morning, as you just said, in Levittown. That's the worst butt crack bandit yet. That man's actually going to a bank where we know they have money, unlike a Taco Mayo, which I have no idea if anybody goes there.
Well, this is straight. This is a butt crack. That's a butt crack bandit because it is just butt crack. The other one, honestly, that guy stealing the stuff off the porch, that was also just full ass because they had to blank that out to even show that on the news.
There was a butt crack bandit, and you know what he was doing?
What?
At Turlock Restaurant, he stole their plants. He stole plants from
plants?
the Turlock Restaurant in Sacramento.
We had that happen to us as a kid in Queens. My
People
mom
stole your plants?
Oh yes, this is when Queens was fucking for real, dog. My mom had
Doesn't
these,
sound like it was that for real. It was
but-
plants.
but it's weird.
It is weird.
You're talking like 200-pound planters filled with soil with my mom's like fresh whatever bullshit plants she had in it. These flowers she had.
Let's
in
call them ferns.
ferns, but they were nice ones, right? Whatever, but they're not that expensive. Like it's not like we had money, so
Right.
they came from fucking maybe Home Depot, maybe not, probably from Jamaica, the Jamaica
Maybe.
Avenue.
Yeah.
So my mom had spent all weekend putting all this shit out, and then Monday of that weekend, we come out in the morning, planters are gone, except you see 2 trails of dirt leading from the front of the house to the street where there must have been someone pulled their car up where they could steal the planters.
As a father who is a cop, was he like excited about the caper?
No, he didn't really look into it.
No, he didn't.
No, my father liked to work as a cop on the clock.
I see. And then
'Cause as
after
soon
that,
as
he
the
worked
guy-
as a drunk.
You mean a fun guy.
A fun guy. Of course, a fun guy. All right. Well, so we'll keep you informed on all butt crack scandals, all butt crack robberies. Thank God they caught this man
Because if they didn't,
every Taco Mayo wouldn't be safe. Taco Mayos are shaking in their mayo, and now they're sleeping in it.
mayo
Cold.
tacos. I don't know why I don't want any mayo on my taco. But yes, also this is my plea to the lamestream media.
Whoa, buddy. Don't go there. You go there.
The Butt Crack Bandit title is now we're giving it to everybody. You can't
I
just say it
agree.
and act all cute about it.
I
Think
agree.
of something new. The Ass Avenger.
Ass Avenger is good. Maybe also let's take into account the criminality. If you're a criminal, cover up the butt crack. Cleavage.
Oh, I
Show male cleavage or female cleavage. Then you have a cleavage bandit, titty bandit, whatever it might
Titty
be.
Bandit.
So there's a lot. This is also on the bandits to diversify.
You diversify.
You have to diversify.
Because guess what? 'Cause
Media's
now
not, media's not clever enough.
No.
They're going to go, they'll rerun the butt crack bandit storyline forever and ever.
Yeah, exactly. You think about it. You dress up. You know what we need? Someone in full Bernie Sanders outfit. The Bernie Sanders Bandit. That would be fun.
That would be fun. All right. Well, let's switch. Let's go on to this story here. This story is actually, speaking of fathers, it's right around Father's Day, isn't it? At some point in the year.
But-
at some point in the year, it's Father's Day.
What is the point of Father's Day? Because I know that every
No,
other
dads
day
don't,
of the
dads don't even like it.
fathers don't like the
Men
Father's Day,
don't-
do you?
No.
Because I don't think I ever, my father even talks about that. We never got him a gift, really.
No.
We never, you don't celebrate the father. The father just works and smokes.
Give me my money.
Yeah, that's because what are you going to buy for the father that he really wants? The father,
You know what? The talking bass. You get a dad a talking fake bass. You
I
put
don't
it
know,
on the
man.
wall. Take me to the river. They have to smile by dad policy.
I do believe they will, one big thing for a Mother's Day, right, is that you give mom like the day off, right, where you cook for her and you clean the house for her, that kind of bullshit. I think the father should get a
Was your
day
mother
off.
an indentured servant? or-
But my mom was like, all I do is clean. You know what I mean? Like we were begging her to do it. We were like, you can stop. for a little while. But let the father have a break from being a father for the day.
Well, and certainly this teen couple allowed this father to have a break from being a father. They murdered him.
God,
and of course,
the
his
ultimate break.
Yeah, Aaron Guerrera, 18, and his girlfriend there, Sierra Helseth at 16. And naturally, as the kids will do, they went right to social media. And
This is why I'm not having kids.
Yeah, they recorded this video that both shows their unbelievable ignorance and youth, and then also shows just how. I mean, we were talking about this before the show. Psychopathy. I've been watching a lot of videos, and there is shades of it here.
Oh, of course.
But also,
it's because kids don't have.
Their brain ain't done.
Their brain ain't done. So they don't understand. They are very, very selfish. They don't know what they have to lose. They don't really understand. It's kind of like now, like the weird like TikTok revolution trying to free the Menendez brothers, where it's just being like, you are the problem.
They were lying.
They were
killed
lying.
Their parents. They were very spoiled rich kids.
It's hard, man, because people I understand you're full of youth and you want to believe, but it's very, very difficult because then half of you post videos like this where you kill your father and then you brag about it on TikTok.
So they said, welcome back to our YouTube channel, day 3 after murdering someone. That's what Guerrero said. Did you watch the video?
No.
It is so weird because they are obviously in like, I don't want to say the word love because it's not
They
love.
don't know
It's
what
not
love
smart
is.
enough to do
Yeah,
love.
they're 16 years
It's like
old.
this weird love. It was the first person that touched her privates and vice versa.
Yes.
And so they were like, this is the one.
We love you. Yeah, exactly.
And Helseth then replies, whoa, don't put that on camera. But she's like giggling the entire time. And then he says, it was worth it. This is so freaking horrifying. And then they also talk about how they had sex a lot. And then the boyfriend mumbles about how that was payment for him to do it.
Oh my
It's so
fucking
gross.
God.
And like, it's just, now they're going to spend the rest of their life incarcerated. They've ruined their life. They killed this woman's father.
Look at all the pictures of the father that was on TikTok with her. And they did all these social media posts, all
He
this
seems
cute
like
shit
a
together, and
totally-
then they just murdered him.
He seems like a totally nice guy. The crime scene, it was knives, saws, lighter fluid.
Wow,
burned
yes.
materials.
The
I mean,
father was murdered after the teens were told by their parents they could no longer be together, probably because they were openly having sex and he got mad about it.
And obviously someone's a bit of a psychopath.
Yes, and then they stabbed him, then attempted to set fire and then dismember his body using bank cards to buy items used in the gruesome crime. Prosecutors presented to the grand jury photos that include the daughter buying bleach and her boyfriend buying a saw, lighter fluid, and gloves.
Just like someone who was gonna go dismember a body. You know what you're gonna do? Throw in some bubble gum.
That's what I always
I
do.
say throw in a bubble. I mean, Rockstar Energy drink. Just be like, here's a saw, bubble gum, and then it's like here and a sandal.
I think it's
you
really
can't
fun to-
Just go solely for the murder.
Mix
products.
up the receipt.
Mix up the receipt.
Make it a fun thing. Make the cashier imagine whatever journey that your day is going to take you from the time you leave the store. There is apparently they also showed pictures of the crime scene on TikTok. There was
man.
the blood-soaked rug.
Yeah.
Was also found in the
That really
trunk
tied
of his
the room
vehicle.
together.
Yeah. And also tied the crime together because it was the
Yeah.
same blood-soaked rug that was on the TikTok videos where they were bragging about murdering her father.
God dang. That's
Again,
so bad.
they just don't know anything. They don't understand that the internet is forever. If you put it on there, people are going to find it, even if you delete it.
So is murder. So apparently, the dead man's family, he says, first and foremost, he was a loving father, brother, and son who was the heart of the Halseth family. And he really does look, I'm not even just saying this, he looks like a good dude. He's kept together. He looks like he's probably a good dad. Everyone seems to say he was a good dad.
He might have sort of like overly did the thing. He's got the swoopy hair, so he might have been trying
He's
to
a cool
connect.
dad.
Yeah, he's a cool dad, quote unquote cool
He
dad.
is.
He's trying to connect to his daughter, maybe trying to get in on her TikTok
But this
world.
is the question, and goes out for parents out there because I'm hanging out with some of my old high school friends, and they have parents, or they have kids rather, and it's like so this obviously this 18-year-old was horrible, and he's dating the 16-year-old, which and how do you separate them then? Because they did the thing where it's like you can't see him anymore, but then you have
You make it Romeo and Juliet. It makes it
Exactly.
all full of passion and all this shit.
and like Romeo and Juliet, that story is not romantic. It's a murder-suicide, and it's a horrible story. Though it was 3 days of hell.
I think the goal is that number one, you want to keep your kid from running away, and number two, you want to keep them from murdering you. So what you want to do is kind of give them a long leash and know more often than not. This is my advice from somebody who will never have a child.
Yeah, that's good. Take this advice to heart.
Go and give them maybe a longer leash, right? Because in the end, she's going to have to make mistakes on her own. If she gets pregnant at 17, that's going to be her set of circumstances that she's going to have to deal with, and or it will naturally fizzle out in fucking 6 months, because that's what happens when you're a 16-year-old dating an 18-year-old. When you're this young, when you were 35 years old. Sometimes it happens where you just get sick of somebody really, really quick. And so the more pressure you put on them to not date, the more they're going to view it like the persecution complex that comes from fucking cult leaders and shit. Oh, well, now we have to do it because my fucking parents are telling me not to do it.
Absolutely. And Sierra, that's the woman who was there giggling with her boyfriend there, her mom, Elizabeth. I think this household was probably pretty buttoned up because her mom was once a state senator. She was a GOP state senator, and she was elected at 27 years old. She was the youngest state senator in the Nevada Senate.
If you are the youngest Republican senator, do you have to apply for the sex offender list like when you get that day, or is it like the end of the term?
Well, it's very impressive that she got elected so young. But I have a feeling this daughter, maybe she comes from certain DNA strands that might be a little bit more aggressive in the brain.
That's true.
She has a buttoned up kind of a conservative lifestyle. And then all of a sudden this guy comes around with a ding dong and,
well, you got desperate father, or are they divorced? The mother and the father?
Maybe.
Because if they are, I don't see it. If they are divorced, you could maybe also see the father's trying to say young and hip with the daughter. And then it goes too far because also, my mom used to, we were physically afraid of my 5-foot mother.
Well, your mom,
she used to say, I'm your mother, not your friend.
Yes. And I think that's a good way to do it until they're like a certain age, and then you can start the friendship. But, because you have to find
more like guarantor versus loanee.
Absolutely. That's really what it is. So anyway, just be scared if you have teenagers in the house.
You don't know what they're thinking. They're full of fucking hormones and they don't know what they do.
And if you see them with a saw and they're not actively chopping down a tree that you asked them to chop down or saw down, you need to take that saw and you need to I don't even know. Maybe you just rub it on something so it's not so sharp.
That's an idea. Or if they go to chop down the tree, you told them to, maybe you asked them to not chop down the tree, and then they chop down the tree and then tell you on their own volition that they're lying, they're going to be president.
Okay.
Because that's the George Washington story.
Oh, isn't that nice?
He actually was the tallest man in his time, because people talk about how George Washington was like this sort of mountain man.
He was like 6'3", which is like 7'2".
Yeah, at the time it was huge, so that's something.
That's why tall people are often in positions of leadership. I think they just looked at Jim and he was like, "You're the president, George," and he's like, yeah,
does it have to be me?
But that was actually, not to get too in the weeds on that, but that was actually a good thing, because then he set the tradition where he said, "I'm out after 2 terms. I can't do this shit anymore."
He also wrote that very famous essay about how the 2-party system was bad.
Indeed, George Washington had a lot of good ideas. All right, so be careful if you have kids out there.
I rip around in the bed. You might actually not be surprised by this, but I'm a restless sleeper. I roll back and forth like an alligator with a wounded deer. But something's changed in my house, and it's thanks to Boll and Branch. People keep their bedding way longer than they should. It's because people are afraid of change. Not me. I burn my sheets once a week, but I don't need to, because Boll and Branch's signature organic cotton sheets, pillows, blankets, and comforters are all designed to be breathable, incredibly soft. They get better over time. Start with the signature sheets. You're going to buy 2 sets so you can rotate them. Come on, you're going to want to. The moment you get into bed, you'll notice the difference. I know I did. I just got fresh from the bath. I was fully lotioned. And sliding into those sheets kind of felt like, to be honest, I felt like the luckiest pasta filling in the whole world. All right, they're really good. You will like them. You will feel like a brand new laid chicken. Which is, we're all going for. Just trying to be a hot chick again. Sleep cooler this summer with Boll and Branch during their annual summer event. For a limited time, get 20% off site-wide at bollandbranch.com/left with code LEFT. That's Boll and Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/left. Code LEFT to take 20% off. bollandbranch.com/left, code LEFT. Exclusions apply. Summer schedules can get busy fast with camps, vacations, sports, family time. And, every single time Carmi eats a block of dark chocolate, we got to take her to the emergency room. How much time that takes. All right, IXL makes it easy to keep learning part of the routine in just a few minutes a day. iExcel is an award-winning online learning platform that helps kids truly understand what they're learning, whether they're building math confidence, strengthening reading and writing skills, or reviewing science concepts. From pre-K through 12th grade, iExcel offers personalized, interactive learning that adapts to each child's level and pace, which is great because Carmi has been really slow in biology, and Wendy has really been struggling with American history, mostly just because she doesn't agree with the way it's being taught. So it's really important. You make an impact on your child's learning. Wendy, as soon as she gets her chicken, she is ready for all of her lessons. And Carmi just really has to eat 5 or 6 bites of liver, beef liver, chicken liver, and then she can really get down to, I'm hoping this is the year she reads To Kill a Mockingbird. So really, iExcel, thank you. Make an impact on your child's learning. Get iExcel now. And Last Podcast on the Left listeners can get an exclusive 20% off at iExcel membership when they sign up today at iexcel.com/left. Visit iexcel.com/left to get the most effective learning program out there at the best price.
All right, I know what you're thinking. I like to go banking, but I don't want to give to these big old banks all the time that cater to the 1%. Well, go ahead and get yourself hooked up with Chime. It's banking built for you, not just those rich jerks. And they got thousands of fee-free ATMs because why pay to get your own money? Chime is working for you, man. You get your Chime card, you're going to get travel perks, you're going to get into airport lounges, you're going to get those chicken thighs. You know, every time I go to an airport lounge, I get chicken thighs. And you know what I say whenever I see a plate of chicken thighs? Give me more. Chime's going to get you those chicken thighs in these lounges, all right? Sure, they could serve other types of meat, but why would you when chicken thighs are so delicious? Chime is not just smarter banking, it's the most rewarding way to bank. Join the millions who are already banking fee-free today. Head to chime.com/left. That's chime.com/left. It only takes a few minutes to sign up. Chime is a fintech, not a bank. Banking services for Chime Card provided by Chime's bank partners. Optional products and services may have fees or charges. Stated cashback for Chime Prime only. No minimum balance required. For more information on travel perks, go to chime.com/disclosures.
And I think today's episode, we're really, I just realized today's theme is, who can you trust?
Who can you trust?
Can you trust a lobster fisherman? Can you trust your child? Can you trust a butt crack?
You know what I'm going to say to you, honestly? You can't even trust us.
No, you can't.
We're unreliable.
Absolutely. But you can't even trust a frickin' nun.
I never did.
Oh, well, the nun v. priest. I trust nuns still, but I'm starting to be more skeptical because we just found out this California nun, she has pled guilty to stealing from the Catholic school. She stole about $835,000. She did it over 10 years.
This is from L.A. too. She did this over 10 years. She stole fucking $800,000.
$1 million. But okay.
I'm proud of her, man. But at the same time, I say fucking throw her the fucking book at her.
Okay. Her name is Mary Margaret Cooper. She's 79 years old.
Yep.
She's looking at 40 years in jail.
More old people in jail.
Does this woman, this elderly nun, yes, I know, it's not good she stole from the school.
No, I don't care.
The punishment should be given it back.
Oh, sure.
Honestly, what do you think? What would the nun spend it on? Habits?
How many
can you have?
I really
How many
feel
black robes can you have?
Well, it just shows what
are
you
you
get
even
away
allowed
with.
to buy?
She just was a gambling addict.
Oh, she's
so
fun.
she would have been fun if she didn't have the, it's the type of nun that smokes cigarettes and get drunk on the side, which, yes, obviously my favorite type of nun.
Of course.
But also you could do all of the shit without being a nun, and you can also be devoutly religious and not be a nun.
Well,
you could join up any sort of order. You could be a female pastor.
Sure. So she did have a bit of a gambling addiction, but again, it's cute when you see the nun at the slot machine.
Oh, it is sort of
Hi,
cute.
sister. According to her lawyer, he says she is very remorseful and that she had a mental illness that clouded her judgment. And I actually have to say, I was speaking with Ed Larson from his great documentary, How America Killed My Mother.
Well, his mom was very addicted to gambling.
Very addicted. And she had obviously some mental illness because of the diabetes. So it's possible that she had something similar. And that, gambling does ding around the brain a little bit.
I just think it's interesting, who we don't persecute. You know what I mean? And how she got was it 40 years?
She's looking at 40 years.
40 years for this, and she's already 79 years old. It does feel like maybe you could make her like make a bunch of soup for people for like years and years or whatever. Like you could make her have to be in charge of some programs.
Our former president did nothing but steal.
He's fine. He's living in beautiful Florida.
So I am with you. Do I feel safer as a society knowing that this nun is locked up for 40 years? Not really. But again, just get the money back. Well, you know what she has to do?
What?
Play scratchers. She's gonna have to get this money back somehow.
Give it right back.
This is the gambling. This is the gambling conundrum. To make it back, you got to keep on. You got to keep
you going deeper and deeper and deeper because you could actually.
When we go to Vegas in July, you will hear me say the words. You got to play to win.
No, of course, no. I've heard it before. I've heard it in AC. I heard it when we did that show in Pennsylvania. What was that? That other. What was that other casino we did? Bethlehem.
Bethlehem. Yes. Yeah, you got to play to win.
You got to play to win.
And that's all she was trying to do here. So,
well, I don't know, man. It also comes down to it. She took the money, but watch nuns closer. Don't trust them just because they got the stupid habit on them.
I think she did get a plea agreement. So we'll see how much.
I do want to just briefly. We're going to end here. We got to do Hero of the Week.
Let's do Hero of the Week.
But I do want to talk about the Ultimate Slip and Slide series that was halted after there was explosive diarrhea all over the set. We'll talk about this next week. But yeah, this was
you can't just leave me with that.
It was just there's not a lot of information about it because Universal didn't want it to come out, but they have to postpone the entire series because they have to reshoot a bunch of things. Because
was this called Wipeout?
Yes, production on the series originally. No, Wipeout. Somebody died on the set. That's with our friend Nicole Byer. Somebody died. But
what?
Oh yes, but. That's a whole thing. Because they said
the fun water one.
Yes, apparently someone died of a massive heart attack on set. But the way, and I'm not, I can put my conspiracy theory hat on here, is they took them off set, then declared them dead because the production company that was making it
pads killed it.
Because
him or her.
They just died of a massive heart attack doing the physical effort of the game. Because maybe you don't know. Maybe you're one of those people that has like one of those default aortic valves where you just fucking can drop dead.
Yeah.
But whatever happened, they died. No one really talked about it because Universal didn't really have because I forget who produces. Well, I want to say
John
TBS.
Cena and Nicole Byer, the host, though.
Yes.
They're two great people.
But I believe it's Warner Brothers. Which also happens at Disney parks. If you die at Disney, like this is why there's no recorded deaths inside of the park.
Okay.
If something happens to you, they will take your body outside of Disney Park and declare you dead at the hospital.
We are covering the Black Death and right now on Last Podcast on Left Proper, and it's not that far off of just taking them out of the city walls.
They just take them out and be like, all right, but then he died on there. So somebody died on set at Wipeout, and then they took them off set. And then because they probably collapsed and had a hard time, they probably collapsed. Medic came, they picked him up, they probably moved it to another place. Then they said, this guy's dead. But he'd been dead since he hit the fucking ground. You know what I mean?
Jesus criminy Christ.
But this story, so apparently this production on the series for the Ultimate Slip and Slide was paused on June 2nd when the studio was made aware that a crew member had tested positive for Giardia.
That's what you get on the cruise ships.
Yes. As many as 40 crew members were ultimately affected by the parasite, leaving people collapsing on set due to awful explosive diarrhea and being forced to run into porta potties. Working with LA and Ventura County health departments, NBC Universal employed a third-party environmental lab to run tests on the location's water source and determine that it was negative for Giardia. That's fun,
it is
man.
The ultimate slip and slide for a reason.
Also, the Ron Funches made it because he's the new host of it, him and Bobby Moynihan.
Good for him.
And the fucking picture that they used, the headshots that they used of them in the announcement that says NBC halts production on Ultimate Slip and Slide amid report of explosive diarrhea outbreak is just him smiling. Like, he's just so happy. Well, just so fucking funny.
Ron is a great guy, a very funny man. Good for him for having that show. I'm sorry it got halted because of explosive diarrhea. All right, let's do Hero of the Week. This Hero of the Week, I don't know her name, but some heroes go nameless. It's a woman. She's on top of a parking complex outside of or adjacent to a prison, and she twerked rather on top of the parking structure, and the prisoners flashed their lights. She gave them a little bit of a little bit of peace.
Yes.
A little bit of solace.
Yes, and it
as
was
they
nice 'cause
suffer in the jail
They
cells.
they were flashing lights at her. She was twerking on top
And she's
of
got a nice booty.
She really does. And honestly, it's just sometimes it doesn't cost any money to be a hero.
No, it really
Sometimes it
doesn't
doesn't even cost. Sometimes it's not even danger to be a hero. Sometimes it's all about what can you offer society that others can't.
And
sometimes it's your delicious, beautiful behind.
Absolutely. This was brought to us on TikTok by Maz1234_. And the video shows this woman almost like Batman. On top, you can see
She's slapping her butt.
You can
She's
see her
spreading
slapping
her
the
butt.
She does it all. And you know what? In this world, we need a little love.
God bless
and she
her.
brought that love through her booty, right through that hole. And it sent the message of love right to the prisoners who were locked in those cages.
I don't believe in the Christ spirit, but this is where I'd see it.
Sure.
Is in this woman.
Absolutely. All right. So nameless woman flashing her booty for those prisoners. Your hero of the week.
You did it. All right, now let's read a listener email.
Let's do
or
it.
two. So first of all, there was a lot of defense of gerbils.
Yes, of course. People love gerbils, Henry. I was telling you that.
But gerbils are the less emotionally intelligent of the rat creatures.
Emotionally intelligent?
Yes.
How would you even gauge that?
Because a hamsters can actually engage. A guinea pig has a name. It knows
if
its
you
name.
name it.
Yeah, a gerbil will still probably eat out your asshole if you're dead.
I do believe that's true.
So I don't know. So I'm not going to read any of these letters from you gerbil owners. I'm just saying you're seen,
And heard.
acknowledged.
Yes.
I get you like gerbils, and I do believe that not all gerbils are the problem. Hashtag not all gerbils.
I like gerbils, so I'm in defense of the gerbil.
So but just know, do research, do your research.
They have gerbils, Henry. They know more than we
I'm
do.
not you, not them. I'm talking to anybody else who's not a part of gerbil niche. You go, and if you want to dare choose a gerbil or something like that, just know you're taking your life in your hands, but do the research
All
before
right.
they arrive at your house.
Okay, you've somehow backtracked and made it worse.
I did.
But okay, very good. We love the gerbil.
I had the pleasure of growing up in a 100-year-old haunted house
Ooh.
on the south side of Chicago.
Nice.
And everyone in my family has experienced something spooky. The previous owner of our house committed suicide in the main bathroom of the house and wasn't found for a week. My parents found out about this a year after buying the house.
I thought that there was some law where you had to tell them.
I think that's recent.
Okay.
I have a cousin who, as a child, refused to go into that bathroom because she was afraid of the sad man in there. Oh. She would only go in there if I went with her, as the sad man was afraid of me.
That's scary.
There is a vent in our hallway that every child under the age of 5 that has ever come into our house sits at and talks to someone for hours. We just let them be so as not to anger the spirits. My brother was homesick from school one day and was making food. He put the food in the microwave, left the kitchen to do something else, and when he came back, there was a transparent man standing in the doorway, shaking his head no.
Oh my gosh.
Naturally, my brother ran and hid until someone came home. When we checked the food, one of those heat and serve sausages.
Oh, I was thinking it was going to be a Hot Pocket.
Yeah, no, apparently he was on the recall list for E. coli. So the man saved him. I don't know.
I see. So the entity was like, no, don't eat that.
Don't eat
That's got E. coli.
it. Don't.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Ghost.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
One Christmas, my sister and I were sitting on the couch crocheting like two little old ladies. I was 25. She was 18. She was facing the doorway when all of a sudden a look of surprise crossed her face. I asked her what was wrong, and she said she saw a woman standing by the door looking at us with contentment and happiness.
Oh, because she was old.
Maybe.
And they like to knit. I love that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Last one, my dad passed away in 2018 from lung cancer. We're sorry to hear that, in our house in the early hours of the morning. Later in the day, while our family was all gathered in the living room talking and crying, the lights turned off and back on 2 times, and a feeling of peace came over the room. My dad would often flick the lights in that room to get our attention when all of us 6 of us children were gathered.
So strangely, other than the sad man crying, which I can see that being very, very scary, it seems like most of the poltergeist activity is there to help.
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay.
Absolutely. Here's a balut. This is about Filipino delicacies.
Ooh.
I wanted to tell you about the developed bird eggs mentioned in the last Side Stories episode. I talk about how some people eat developed whole eggs.
I know it's disgusting, I think. Anyway.
It's balut. It's a fertilized, developing egg embryo that is steamed and eaten. The egg is usually from a duck.
Oh.
And we went out to eat at this place called Buckhorn Gallery. It was me, Marcus, and Carolina. It's all weird meats, right?
Okay.
But Carolina got this plate of it looked like a fucking old-timey barbecue. It was just 4 quails just in a pile. It was pretty sweet, and kind of I imagine it looks like this. See, I know in most Asian countries this is a street food, but for my mom, it is a special treat she indulges in once or twice a year. The experience of her eating this snack is surreal. She cracks a large egg almost ritualistically, and then peels back the shell to reveal dark crimson and blue veins on the egg. The egg is about the size of her little Filipino palm and smells meaty. And honestly, unlike anything I've ever smelled, she uses her nails to open up the egg completely, revealing the well-developed embryo of a baby duckling. The inside of a balut is juicy and wet, and the noises that come from my mother's mouth match that. It is repulsive and fascinating all at once.
I'm happy. We are top of the food chain.
Sure.
I get it.
The duckling has a little beak and little feet and wings.
Oh my God.
And his eyes are developed covered by a thin film. All of this is eaten.
Doesn't it hurt to eat a beak?
I don't know. The sound of soft bones being pulverized by human teeth is a special crunching noise that I feel would give Albert Fish a boner. The sucking of the embryonic fluids that were once meant to nourish the body of a baby duckling gives me many mixed feelings. There are plenty of ways to enjoy this Asian delicacy. People use lemon juice, vinegar, and even fish sauce to enhance the flavor of balut.
Okay, I'm not gonna judge different cultures. I just don't. I don't like to crunch little bird bones. I like to eat the chicken bone.
Wait till we do. Wait till we have our tax haven in the Philippines. Then you'll grow to love it.
All right.
I think we did it.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Again, sidestorieslpotl@gmail.com. Let us know and keep us informed for all the things we get wrong, but also let us know what we get right.
If you could just every once in a while, maybe
now
an
and again.
email about how we got something right.
Just one time.
This one time.
I think we nailed the Buttcrack Bandit. I think we put the onus on the butt cracker to cover up something else and reveal something else, but cover up the butt crack.
I also have been told several times that I got the name of the lead singer of Anthrax incorrect at the top of the Black Plague episode. But you know who I blame for that? Marcus.
I actually thought that you were wrong because I interviewed Ian.
Yes, why did anybody say to me?
I just sometimes...
All of you question me.
I know.
You all know better. Marcus knows better.
I know. I think that we were just so... It doesn't matter because it doesn't matter.
He's supposed to protect me.
We're talking about the Black Death.
He's supposed to protect his
Doesn't matter if the lead
friend.
singer... I'm sorry.
He's supposed to protect his friend.
Ian was very nice when I interviewed him.
I bet.
Okay.
But I just want to say, live every day knowing, be ready to share your sunscreen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you'll never know who you'll meet out there that also is going to be burnt by the sun. And honestly, aren't we all just we're just patches on the American quilt.
Yes, we are.
We
the
got
global
to
quilt.
Laugh together as friends. Laugh as you've never met a man before. And both of you laugh as you spread sunscreen all over his craggly body. And then you go and furiously wash your hands. Because you don't know what's happened.
We just got out of a global pandemic.
I know,
that
but I
some
jump
people are
right
still
in. I'm right in.
Yeah,
I'm a
you're-
super spreader of something else.
Okay.
And I'm going to give it to all of you. And guess what?
You were a super spreader of?
Love.
Love.
Because when it comes down to it, isn't that the ultimate sexually transmitted disease? Love. Give it freely. Give it as you can. Wrap it up, though, because AIDS is still out there. But we
yes.
also know now that Polish people are naturally immune to
That
AIDS.
is not true. Okay. Well, thank you all so much for listening. Hope you're happy.
Always correct on the show.
Always correct. Hope you're happy and safe and healthy out there. We can't wait to see you further on the road. And yeah, all right, everyone. Hail yourselves.
Hail Satan.
Magustalations.
Hail me.
And go
Fuckers.
Go eat a duck and stay away from whales, I guess.
I guess so.
I guess so.
This show is made possible by listeners like you. Thanks to our ad sponsors, you can support our shows by supporting them. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lastpodcastnetwork.com.
Back to school season. You've got the new backpack, the folders, the 17 highlighter colors, but there's one essential that never makes the shopping list. Their pillow. And we all know better school days start with better sleep. So we've got big news. Coop Sleep Goods is running their back-to-school sale. Save 20% on the entire collection. Spend $150 or more and get a free gift. The sale starts July 28th and ends August 25th. From cooling pillows to mattress toppers that transform thin dorm room mattresses. I mean, the only thing left to blame for a bad night's sleep is their insomniac roommate. Coop's pillows are adjustable, built to fit how your kid sleeps, whether that's a twin XL dorm bed or their room at home. Spend $150 or more and get a free Ultra Tech pillow protector. Head to coopsleepgoods.com/comedy. That's COOP sleepgoods.com/comedy. 20% off plus a free pillow protector with $150 or more.
Traditional home security only alerts you after a break-in, and that's too late. Simply Safe is changing that.
Stop. This is Simply Safe. Police are on the way.
We don't just alert, we stop crime before it starts. Simply Safe, plan starting around $1 a day. Save 50% on your new system with professional monitoring at simplysafe.com/SXM or with promo code SXM.
Outdoor deterrence requires a Simply Safe Active Guard outdoor protection plan starting at $49.99 a month. Visit simplysafe.com/licenses for alarm license information. Tennessee 2012.